Hey there, planners. Today I wanted to do a few updates on how I am coming along with setting up my 2021 goals using the Cultivate What Matters 2021 Powersheets Goal Planner. I've made a little bit of progress and I'm ready to take the next few steps, and I wanted to bring you along in that process. So with that, go grab your planners and let's get planning. All right, so let's get into the progress that I have made. So if you're not familiar with the Powersheets Goal Planner, please go check out this video here linked above. I go into a lot of detail about what this planner is and how I use this planner. I do a flip through along with some accessories. So I have actually started the process and been working on goals and working through the pretty detailed process in the beginning. So this whole first section is all about setting up. I have been working on this, and so I am going to kind of walk you through what I have done so far. So you start out with just kind of a brain dump, and I actually just opened up to this page, this 2021 goals idea page, and I left this open on my desk area so that I could keep coming back to it or jot things down as I had ideas. And so I have captured just in general, what do I want to work on? What do I want to make progress on? What are my goal ideas for 2021? And I just kept coming back and putting things down here. And so this was a great foundation, great brainstorming. I spent a couple weeks, 3 weeks, actually just writing items in before I ever flipped the page and started the process. And then there is, a about me section that you work through, what fires me up, what makes me come alive. And you'll see that I've circled some things, I've highlighted some things, themes that popped out to me, and that's all part of the process. I'm not going to go into a great deal about the actual process here because some of it is very personal. And so I won't go into that too much, but I would encourage you to really, if you want to set good quality goals for the upcoming year, Cultivate What Matters does a fantastic job of really getting you to dig deep and identify what is it that will really take you forward and help you pursue what you actually want to accomplish in the year ahead. And so then, rough draft, you start with a rough draft of your goals, and then you actually write out your yearly goals. And so I'll share my yearly goals for 2021. First of all, and you can see that I've used the stickers. It comes with a great sticker book and everything is color coded. So you can see the stickers all match, and I can actually use this in my bullet journal and in this goal planner to identify what goals are which. But in 2021, first of all, I have a spiritual goal: to grow spiritually, grow closer to God through study, prayer, and time. My second goal is to establish longer-term financial goals and plans that ensure security for my family. So, if I had to summarize this in less words, it would be, I need to really start adulting with my finances. That's what that goal is about. I have really a overall health goal. So improve physical, emotional, and mental health through focused self-care habits. And so that's going to be exercise. It's going to be self-care time just for me, really focusing on, my mental state, my emotional state, calm, really just overall health there. My fourth goal is about my family. So celebrate my family by being present in the moment and preparing for what's ahead. I have 2 teenage daughters. In 2021, my oldest daughter will be a senior in high school. So there are some tremendous changes coming in her life and in our family life because, she's looking at college, and there's just a lot of preparation to prepare her and us, as a whole family unit for that transition. And so I'd really just want to focus on being present and celebrating every moment and really getting ready for what's ahead. And then the last goal is about this channel. It is to grow Planning Annie into a robust community and a passive source of income for myself. And you know, the community of this channel is really why I started this. I like to talk about planners a lot, and having other people who are, you know, that interested in planners and want to talk about planners and watch planner videos and learn about planner things and try new planners. That's why I started this channel. So that's a goal as well. So those are my 2021 goals. Now that I have the 2021 goals, there is a spot for a vision board in here, but I will say I don't use this. I use a digital vision board that I make on Canva. And I'll have Canva linked down below. But I like to have it digital because I like to have it on my devices. So I like to put a version of my vision board as my lock screen on my phone, as my lock screen on my iPad, as a lock screen on my laptop. And so that way it's always in front of me. I'm seeing it multiple times a day. Whereas if I put it on a piece of paper, I really have to be in this notebook to see it, or, you know, in the room where I have it hung on the wall. So I like digital vision boards. Okay, the next section is my word of the year. So I did a video a couple months ago, and I'll link that up above, all about how you choose your word of the year. And the way that the Cultivate What Matters Goal Planner is set up, actually it's set up so that you choose your word of the year sort of later in the process. I actually choose my word of the year before I ever began this process. And there's a very detailed way that I do that. Please go check out that video linked above if you are interested in using a word of the year. But my word of the year, after following my process of prayer and focus and studying and, you know, brainstorming, is flow. And there's a couple reasons why I chose this. So if I just look at the definition, so flow is the ability to move with continual change, but to move smoothly, steadily, going from the source to a destination. I love this because I think about 2020 and the challenges that this year has brought. Some of those challenges are going to carry right on into 2021. And I wanted to really focus on rolling with the changes, just flowing with the change. So that means accepting what's happening, adjusting as I need to, but in a way that is smooth and calm and peaceful. And so that's my word of the year. I have been doing a lot of work on how can I incorporate this word flow into areas of my life on a quarterly, monthly, weekly, and daily basis. And you're going to see that showing up in my goals as well. All right, so now it is time to actually get into the action planning for each of the goals. So I'm super excited about this. And this is where I wanted to have you join me on the process of this part. I have done some brainstorming in my bullet journal. This is my Stylogy A5 bullet journal. This is my everyday carry. And I have done some brainstorming of different ways to mini goals, quarterly goals, monthly goals, daily goals, habits, things like that for each of my annual goals. And so I'm going to start plotting this out on the action plan and kind of get a game plan for how I'm going into the year. All right, so I've broken out my supplies. These are, first of all, I'll say this bag is awesome. It's huge, and it's just a fantastic pin bag that I got with this goal planner this year. I got the color coding markers and some of the what Cultivate What Matters calls tending tape. It's washi tape, but I will be using this as part of writing out my goals, and the color coding and some of the stickers from the sticker book, just to make sure I've got all the colors there. And then I've just got a regular pin. So let's get started with the first goal. My first goal is color-coded yellow, and it's to grow spiritually and closer to God through study, prayer, and time. So I'm just going to write that over here in the goal. All right, so I've got the goal written there, and I want to put in some color coding stickers. Okay. Now, the next question is why? Why is this a goal for me? So I'll just talk through it. For me, this is the foundation. The spiritual aspect in my relationship with God is my foundation. It's the foundation for everything else in my life. It's the foundation for my family, my career, my hobbies, my health, my peace, everything. And so I'm going to jot down why this is a goal for me. Okay, the next questions are, what resources are needed? So when I think about this goal, I'm really saying that the way I want to accomplish this goal, I'm going a little bit into it with the actual goal, and that's through study, prayer, and time. So I'm definitely going to need time. I'm definitely going to need physical space, so quiet time to do that. I think that's it. I think that's all I'll say right there. Is time and physical space are going to be the big ones. This goal aligns with my big picture, my yes and no list, or my word of the year. There's actually page references here, so this goes back to some of the material that was in the prep work. I'm going to say this goal aligns with my big picture, definitely, and my word of the year, because I think about flow and the peacefulness that comes with flow, the ease of mind that is part of that word of the year. That definitely, the source of that is my spiritual growth and my connection. So I'm definitely going to capture that there. Now I'm going to fill in these boxes. So what success looks like. All right, so I've jotted down a couple of things that by the end of 2021, these are the things I want to see as part of this goal that would help define it as success. What might happen if I don't start or make progress on this goal? So that's such a great question because it really defines, why is this important? So I'm saying for this particular goal, all my other goals are at risk because, again, this is foundational. All right, the people be positively affected by this goal. Pretty much everybody I come in contact with. Okay. And how will I have fun with this goal along the way? I think for me, the learning process, particularly with new Bible studies and scripture studies, that is so much fun. And I'm also keeping a spiritual journal, a faith journal. And if you want to learn more about that, I did a video on my faith journal. I linked that up above. But that, I think, also helps to make the fun. Okay. Now, what mini goals will help you make progress on this goal between now and the end of 2021? Brainstorm ideas and action steps to help you find completion, and then choose the mini goal for the first quarter, January through March, and write it below. So this is where my brainstorming is really going to come in handy. I've already done some of the brainstorming work, and so I'm going to throw in some of the things I came up with there. Okay, so there are some of my ideas for how I will accomplish this goal. And for my mini goal, I'm actually going to start really simple with this one. I am going to create a plan for morning Bible study, and I'm really going to focus on looking for new ways. So I am very good at the habit of morning Bible study. This is something I have done for years. I spend, 30 minutes to an hour in the morning. Every morning I get up really early and Bible study. Now, I have a new puppy, and he takes up quite a bit of my time first thing in the morning. I've had him for about a week now, and so I can already see my Bible study time is starting to suffer a little bit and feel a little rushed because I know little man needs to get outside and go for a walk and do his exercise. So I'm actually going to look for some new and different creative ways to incorporate that Bible study, whether it's podcast or YouTube videos or, some sort of recorded weekly sermon. I'm going to be looking for new ways. And so really, I'm just going to start out with the plan. And then once I know what the mini goal is, the action steps, I'm going to list out what some of those are. Okay, so now I've got my overall quarterly goal and a list of actions to help me there. So I think this is a great way to set this up. I'm excited for this. I think I'm going to add a couple of stickers in just to keep it interesting and decorate the page. All right, I really like this quote. Grow what lasts longer than you. That is just fantastic. I love that. Okay, so this one is ready to go. And that's kind of the process. And so I'm actually going to go through the process for the rest of these, for the rest of my annual goals. And I will come back once I have it mapped out and share that with you. So I have gone through the process to map out all 5 of my goals. And I should have probably said this in the beginning. So in the Cultivate What Matters Powersheets Goal Planner, you have room for 8 goals. You could keep going if you wanted to. I usually don't have more than 5 because to me that's a lot. And I, kind of pour myself into these, and 5 is just plenty. I think even 3 is probably a lot. So I have gone through the process of defining the why, laying out, what I need, steps to get started, and then, mini goals for the first quarter. So I am very well set up to head into January now. So the next steps are to actually map out by quarter what I want to accomplish in each of the goals. And so this is going to be really important to make sure you're pacing yourself, which is another aspect that I love about the Cultivate What Matters Powersheets. We tend to head into January with some very ambitious goals and we're on fire, but by the end of January, which can be a very long month, long, cold, dreary month, we have kind of burnt out. And that's what I love about the Power Sheets, because right from the beginning, before you ever hit the first month of the year, you're pacing yourself and really spreading out the goals. So this is going to be my next step. If you are interested in seeing the process for how I do this and I lay out my goals that I've set up across all of the quarters and really pacing myself and spreading out, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to bring you along on that process as well. I really hope you enjoyed the video and got some value out of it. If so, please give me a thumbs up and let me know. Subscribe to Plannin' Annie for more content like this, and as always, thanks for planning with me.